Man, maybe some breakups, you know?
All right.
Maybe if my stunt double could like take the heartbreak, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'll be like, oh man, thank you. I'm good.
That's me, Colt Sievers. And this is my hero's journey.
Both the movie and life are mainly about taking risks. What has been the biggest risk you've ever taken in your professional career?
Ah, man, I think just becoming an actor is a really big risk in itself. You know, acting is something where you do a lot of acting before you get to act. So you meet a lot of no's, you meet a lot of challenges, and then after years and years of putting in work, you finally get subsequent big breaks. I think it takes a career full of big breaks to have longevity as well. So doing that and not looking back was a really big risk. And then every single movie that I take, every job that I take is a huge risk. I never know what I'm doing, you know, and I let the script inform, you know, what my experience is going to be. I let the character tell me who they are. I let the experience tell me what the story is. And I find it every single time, but that takes extreme trust. So it's very risky, but it's taught me to trust.
Has there been a particular moment in your life where you would have benefited from having a stunt double for yourself?
Ah, man, maybe some breakups, you know?
All right.
Maybe if my stunt double could like take the heartbreak, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'll be like, oh man, thank you. I'm good.
For like a year or two.
Or like sounds like you've been through a couple heartbreaks,
Definitely.
man.
Another one, it's a bit hypothetical, of course.
Okay.
Let's say you found how to make a time machine.
Oh.
Right. And you can go back in time. You can go back and be the protagonist in any movie ever made, but you have to do your own stunts. Which movie?
Ah, man, going back and doing my own stunts. I would say maybe going back and being the Terminator would be super cool.
Right.
I loved, or going back and being, in Die Hard.
Okay.
Being the star of Die Hard. I love those movies. Or maybe going back and being Will Smith in Bad Boys, you know, at a time when they were actually figuring out all those right beats in those movies, right? In the late 80s, early 90s, right? Like they're figuring out what became all the conventions that we use today.
Yeah.
They were figuring those out, and all those movies felt really fresh.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, groundbreaking. I'd go back and be Robin Williams in almost any Robin Williams movie, in Jumanji, you know?
Yeah.
I love movies. So I'll definitely go back to the recent past.
Perfect. What's the most interesting thing you learn about the stunt team while making this movie?
You know, I don't think I understood. It's not that I didn't know, it's that I didn't understand the amount of responsibility that they take on every single day. And it's not just a responsibility to make sure that they are safe, but the responsibility to know that everyone on the set is safe, not just the actors, but to understand how far an explosion like blast radius is, so that everyone who's watching and filming is going to be safe, to understand that you take the right precautions to make sure everybody gets home safe. I think there's a misconception as to what it takes to be a great stuntman, and everyone thinks it's very physical and that it's more muscularity, but there's a lot of planning, and there's a lot of math and science, and it's quite cerebral in its way, and they're geniuses, and I don't think I fully understood what it took. I had an idea, but really getting to play and shadow the stunt coordinators and talk to the stunt teams and understand that it's like a tribe, it's like an acting company, it's like an army, you know what I mean, where like there's strictness, but after you figure out and work through all the strict things that make it happen, it can be fun. But at the forefront, it's a lot of rules and guards and a lot of calculating things, and it being done so well elevates it to an art form, right? Because it takes a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of training to make that happen and make it possible. So I don't think I understood that.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, man.
We need a big finale.